Mmm. Oh my God. This is just delicious. Also, it is a delicious drink. Your brain, your body, and your belly. Those are some of the most important things that we need to take care of the best we can. And one of the ways that I like to do that is with something that's called bulletproof coffee. I also tend to drink it anytime I'm ready to lose weight. It's my go-to. The last time I drank it on a consistent daily basis, I lost 17 pounds in 20 days. And that video is posted as well. I'll link that video in the description. So it's great for weight loss. It's also great for energy, boosting your immune system, good digestion, and energy. And besides all that, personally, I think it tastes good. Now, I'm not a nutrition dietitian or anything like that. I am not promoting this as anything for weight loss. I am simply sharing a good, healthy drink that I drink on the regular with you, okay? Some of you all may have had bulletproof coffee before and you may have felt that it didn't do that much for you. But I always say that the better the product, the better the ingredient, the better the results, all right? So you need to first have coffee. So I like to start off with small batch coffee. And today, these are actually coffee beans that I ground up myself and I just made a pot of coffee with. And they are Brazilian beans. And I just took my coffee grinder and I ground them up. Small batch company, all right? So better coffee, at least in my opinion. And this is all in my opinion, okay? You're also going to need MCT oil. MCT oil is by far the key ingredient. MCT is medium chain triglycerides. And this is the MCT oil that I use. It is Strength Genesis. I will leave a link down in the description for it as well. The better product. Now you can find MCT oil just about anywhere on any store shelf. But every MCT oil is not made equal, all right? This is high octane MCT oil, and I can say how well this MCT oil is. So before I do anything else, I'm going to put my coffee into my blender. You will need a good blender, preferably glass, because you really don't want to use anything plastic with MCT oil or anything else because you don't want the possibility of anything leaching out, all right? So glass, stainless steel, something like that should be your go-to. So let me grab my coffee and I'll be right back. Cover this up just for the steam purposes. Also, you're going to need butter. Grass-fed butter. Any kind of butter, but grass-fed butter. I mean, any brand butter, but grass-fed butter. You can also add other ingredients to your bulletproof coffee. You can add things like cinnamon. You can add a sweetener. I'm going to get to that in a minute. You don't want to add anything that will raise or lower your blood sugar or anything like that. And again, I'm not a dietitian, nutritionist, or doctor. I'm just giving you what I do. All right. This is not medical advice. Seek medical advice from a medical professional. All right. But this is the butter that I use, all right? So it is, and I am using salted butter, all right? You can use unsalted butter. The reason I use salted butter is because sometimes for me, the bulletproof coffee is a little strong, and I like to even that out with a pinch of salt. So instead of adding a pinch of salt, I just use salted butter, all right? You'll need about 2 tablespoons full of salted butter. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. I don't wanna plop it in there because this is hot. I'm also going to go ahead and put in my MCT oil. Now, for bulletproof coffee, I am putting 2 tablespoons of the butter in here, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of the Strength Genesis MCT oil. If you have not had bulletproof coffee before, or you don't drink it regularly or something, I would personally suggest, my personal suggestion, that you start off with 1 tablespoon of each, okay? I've been drinking bulletproof coffee for years now. When I get serious, I drink it consistently every day. When I'm not serious, because I like it, I drink it a couple of times a week or just whenever. I just like it, and I know the health benefits overall of it. So I like to keep the MCT oil going in my body, into my system as often as possible. Now, this is Truvani protein powder. It is plant-based protein powder. I am putting this in there for a little extra protein. You can add things to it. Sometimes people tend to think that you can't add anything else to your bulletproof coffee. As long as it's not altering your system, then you're fine. So I'm going to put a couple of spoonfuls of this protein powder in here, and the one I am using right now is a vanilla flavor. Again, these products I will link down in the description. There will maybe some products that I will link in the product link, but typically the Genesis MCT Oil, the Truvani plant-based protein powder, I will link in the description. I love their plant protein powder. It comes in different flavors and it's absolutely amazing, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside. Let me see, I'll just put that on there. Now, I've got those in there. It's almost time to blend. One more thing that I want to use, and that would be a sugar substitute. I am using a sugar substitute because I like mine a little bit sweet, okay? But I'm not putting any sugar in here. My go-to, and this will be in the product link, my go-to sugar substitute by far is xylitol, okay? It's made from birch trees, all right? It is soy, dairy, gluten, and tree nuts free, okay? Even you can hear on the front, it's GMO free, it's GMO free, it's gluten free, and it's filler free. So there's nothing in here but xylitol. Xylitol has amazing benefits. I even use it for my teeth in a different form. So I love xylitol. And if you are using xylitol as a sugar substitute, you want to use it 1 for 1. So if you're using 1 teaspoon of sugar, you want to substitute that for 1 teaspoon of xylitol. And the beauty of it, I have tried many sugar substitutes. And what I have found is that a lot of them leave an aftertaste, or they're really not that sweet. It just doesn't compare to what you're used to, what you're trying to compensate for. But xylitol, it's not perfect because it's not sugar. So it's not going to be absolute 100% perfect. But in my opinion, it's probably at about between 95 and 98% there. I love it. I'll use it in my coffee as a sweetener or anything else. I don't have a sweet tooth, so I don't use it that much, but you can bake with it. You can use it to blend with it in oatmeal, in tea, in yogurt, anything you can use it with, okay? And it blends in seamlessly, just like if you were using sugar. So that's xylitol. So I'm going to get my blender up here right quick, and we're going to get this blended so we can do a taste test. Okay, so the last ingredient I'm putting in is the xylitol. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get this blended. You want to blend this for at least 2 minutes, all right? So don't just turn it on and turn it off. Okay, we are done blending. So let's do our taste test. But before we do our taste test, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today here in my kitchen. I really do appreciate each and every one of you all. Take a second to subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 1.5 million subscribers together. Returning subscribers, oh my goodness, thank you for keep coming back over and over again. I really appreciate you all for coming and hanging out with me. Channel members, thank you so much. Don't forget to check out my other channels, Pam's POV, Pam's Pop-Ups, and at the Scaredy Cat Gardener, all on YouTube. Okay, without further ado, let's pour some coffee. And you can see, look at it, how nice and creamy it is. Look at that. Delicious. Ooh, of course it's hot, but because we blend it, it's not piping hot anymore, I don't think. So let me take a little bit of my spoon first. This is just delicious. Also, it is a delicious drink. Okay, so it's not like you're drinking something that's like, oh my God, can I get this down? I know it has butter in it. No, you cannot taste the butter. I know it has MCT oil in it. You cannot taste the MCT oil. The protein powder has a little flavor. I used vanilla. You can use chocolate or another flavor. You can leave it out. The butter, as well as the MCT oil, makes it creamy and bubbly and luscious. But you do not, I promise you, you're not going to taste this Unless you have some weird taste buds, okay? You are not going to taste this and say, I'm drinking butter. No, you're not going to taste this and say, I'm drinking oil. No, you won't. Because it doesn't taste like that. It's delicious. Ooh, see y'all, you're missing out. I'm telling you, it is delicious. And I will see you all next time. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Oh, I can't wait to finish that. Delicious. Bye-bye.